David Nussbaum, thank you very much for joining us on Green Talk. May I first congratulate you on becoming CEO of WWF UK.
Thank you very much.
Why was it a post that you were very keen to take up?
Well, I've long had an interest in the state of our world, both human society and the natural world. And this is an organisation which is dealing with one of the really big global challenges, which is about how do we build a future in which people live in harmony with the natural world. And I found that an enormously appealing challenge to get involved in.
What are WWF UK's primary goals, considering the growing environmental problems we face today?
Well, we're all more conscious of those growing environmental problems, and climate change probably is currently top of the list in most people's mind. So we're targeting the climate change bill that the government has said it's going to introduce. And we're very encouraged by that, but there are a couple of things we're concerned about. The first is the targets that we set. The government's currently talking about targets of at least 60% reductions in the UK's CO2 emissions by 2050. That the latest science suggests that it needs to be 80%. And that's confirmed by an all-party parliamentary committee who are recognising that 60% target's out of date. The second thing is there's a marine bill, which all the parties support, that we need a bill to sort out what's happening around all our coasts. But the government seems to be dawdling a bit, so we're a bit concerned about that, and we want to encourage them to hurry up and get a move on and get this bill on the statute book so that we can manage the resources of our seas and coasts much better in future.
How does the UK government help or inhibit your campaigns?
Well, a lot of what our government does is very positive, and the UK's got quite a leading position internationally on quite a number of environmental points. I think the biggest challenge for the government is to get its policy coherent right across all the different parts of government. So let's give an example. At the moment, the government's got a target for zero carbon homes by 2016. And one of the government departments is working on that with a definition of what that means to have a zero carbon home so that we can meet the target. At the same time, the Treasury has got another definition of zero carbon homes because that'll affect stamp duty. Now the definitions aren't the same. Well, why not? That's very confusing. Government needs to get its act together between different departments, all to be pulling in the same direction in terms of policy.
What role do you feel NGOs have in educating the public and bringing about real change?
We've got a huge role to play, but we can't do it single-handedly. We also have to do it along with the whole educational world, and WWF does quite a lot of work trying to help bring information and understanding into the development of the curriculum in this country. Secondly, business communicates a huge amount with the public. So through that, we want to be influencing business so that the way they communicate with the public takes account of the kind of concerns we have. And we see some more evidence of that now, don't we, with all this advertising about how green people's products are. But we also have a role to take in ensuring business is serious about that. And when they make claims, that these are based on substantial evidence. So WWF has a role in challenging business as well as partnering with business to help us all know the information we need to know to make good choices.
So if you had 3 top tips to give us about how to become greener, what would they be?
Well, there are 3 areas of our lives which contribute most to our impact on the planet, and those are transport, housing and food. So on food, we need to be looking at what we're eating and thinking about the amount of resources that the production of that food consumed. And there's a lot of work to do there with companies selling us the food so that we have a bit more information about that. Secondly, transport. We need to think about how much we need to use our cars, how much we need to fly, and how we can develop a lifestyle which is a good one and a positive one and keeps our links with our friends and families that doesn't require too much unnecessary travelling. And thirdly, our homes. And in a way, that's one of the easiest ones to deal with. If we switch things off, if we have good insulation in our lofts, if we have them, and the walls, that can make quite a lot of difference to our energy consumption, and in addition to that, it saves us money. So that's another attraction for living a more green lifestyle. So transport, food and homes would be the three things that we should think about. What can each of us do to make a step in the right direction?
Well, David, thank you so much for chatting to us on Green Talk. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.